So here 15 kVA, the rating of the transformer 15 kVA, 2400 that is called primary voltage, and 240 volts secondary side voltage. 60 Hz transformer. These are the different type of parameters R1, R2, and X1, and X2, RC, XM. Okay, these all parameters are not converted, they're exactly parameters. So R1 is called primary and R2. Okay, winding resistance in the primary side and winding resistance in secondary side, and X1 reactance is the primary side, and X2 is so like that. So primary side is this transformer is supplying 10 kilowatts, 0.8 power factor lagging load. This is the load, 10 kilowatts load, 0.8 power factor. Okay, rated voltage. Assume that output voltage is reference. Draw the transformer exact equivalent circuit referred to the primary side, high voltage side. That's why these all parameters are converted into secondary to primary. Then it will convert into like this. So written R2 dash and J into X dash. So okay, written like this. And this current is called I2 dash. Okay, ZL dash and V2 dash. Okay, so ZL dash A square terms of Z2, ZL, you know well. When it is converted to secondary to primary, okay, so it's multiplied with A square. So R2 dash become A square into R2, X2 dash become A square into X2, V2 dash become A into V2. Okay, so you know well, so A is nothing but here. So what is A here? Turns ratio. A is equal to here V1 by V2. A is equal to V1 by V2 or N1 by N2. Am I right or not? So 2400 by 240. How much A? It's called 10. A is equal to 10. A is equal to 10. Then, so what is the V2 dash here? V2 dash is equal to, so A times of V2, you know well. So A is called 10, and V2, how much? Secondary voltage 240, right? And then V2 dash is equal to 2400. So volts, that is called primary voltage. It's clear. Understood? So then how to find the primary current? So you're asking first what is the input current? So this is the input current I1. I1 is nothing but this current I0 plus I2 dash. Okay, I1 plus I2 dash. So how to convert I2 find so I2 dash? So by using power is equal to VI cos pi. You know well, power is equal to VI cos pi. So the power is equal to power across the load, PL is equal to, so V2 dash into I2 dash into VI cos pi now. V2 dash into I2 dash into cos pi. Okay, power factor of the load. So based on that you will get I2 dash. I2 dash is equal to, so power PL divided by power across the load divided by, you know well, power across the load, that is called how much here? Power across the load 10 kilowatts, na? So 10 kilowatts. Based on that you will get okay. So then I2 dash into here, I2 dash into cos pi. So here I2 dash into cos pi. So you will get I2 dash. It's clear. So from that we will get I2 dash, and then I0. This current flow into the this parameters RC and J into XM current flow. Then I2 dash is known from this relation. Power is called 10 kilowatts and power factor of the load is called 0.8. That's why cos pi is nothing but power factor of the load. Then by substituting this value, so we'll get I2 dash. And then, so if we want to get in the form of polar form, so I2 dash magnitude in Nobel, and so angle is nothing but cos inverse of power factor, that is called. So like 5.2 at an angle of minus 36.87 Nobel. And then here I0, how to find I0? So this voltage, what is the voltage here? So E, so induced voltage E1 divided by V divided by R. This current is nothing but, so E1 divided by RC plus J into X. Parallel, this is called parallel. So total resultant impedance E1 divided by resultant impedance is called I naught, and how to find the I naught even here? V2 dash, so this voltage across this side. Okay, the voltage drop across this voltage plus this voltage is nothing but E1. Okay, so E1 is equal to V2 dash. Okay, this voltage across this. So here your voltage is nothing but V2 dash. Okay, so this voltage and the voltage drop across this and the voltage drop across this is called this voltage. Am I right? The voltage drop across the load, voltage drop across the load, and voltage drop across this parameter series branch parameters. So what is the voltage here? I2 dash to R2 plus J into X2. No? This is the voltage drop across this and this is the voltage drop. Addition of these two voltages is nothing but E1. It's clear. Addition of these two voltages, this voltage plus this voltage. So E1 is equal to V2 dash plus I2 dash into R2 plus J into X2 dash. So V2 dash is, you know, well, 2400 and I2 dash from this relation. Okay. And R2 dash plus J into X. By substituting here, R2 dash is equal to A square into R2. Na? R2 dash is nothing but here R2 dash is converted into secondary to primary. So A square is nothing but A is nothing but 10. 10 square into. So what is the R2 here? R2 from the data 0.025. 0.025. That's why. So 0.025 will get 0.02. Similarly, X2 dash also. X2 dash is equal to A square times of X2. So that's why A is called 10 square. So this is nothing but this. And this is nothing but this. So A square is nothing but 10 square. To X2 is nothing but 0.07. It's clear. So like this, we will get this E1. Understood? So I naught is equal to E1 divided by RC and parallel with XM. No? So this called I naught is nothing but E1 divided by this parallel branch. So that's why you will get like this. And then you will get I naught and then I1. Okay, the input voltage is nothing but V1 is equal to E1 plus I1 to R1 plus J into X1. Here the input voltage. So this voltage plus this voltage is called V1. Okay, understood. So that is called E1 plus I1 into R1 plus J into X1. Okay, so we'll get like this. Input power factor also, angle between V1 and I1. Okay. Similarly, this problem also, so we'll get answers. Okay, so by solving yourself, we can easily understand these problems. Okay. Auto transformer. So here, auto transformer is a one type of electrical transformer in which part of the winding is common to the both primary and secondary circuits. Okay, in auto transformer, part of the winding is common to the both primary and secondary circuit. So this part of the winding is common to the both primary and secondary circuit. So this winding is common for both primary and secondary. Okay. So this auto transformer is so unlike two winding transformer where power is transferred only in the inductive, in true winding transformer, so only induction, because of induction power is transferred from primary to secondary in two winding transformer. Understood? So because of only induction principle, mutual induction principle. Okay. So based on that, the power is transferred from primary to secondary. Okay, in two winding transformer. Two winding transformer where power is transferred only inductive nature. Okay, only inductive, the only mutual induction. The power transfer in an auto transformer is both inductive and conductive. But in auto transformer is both. Okay, the power transfer in auto transformer in the form of both induction and conductive property. Both inductive and conductive. Okay, so only one winding is used in auto transformer. Okay, in two winding transformers, there are two types of windings, primary and secondary windings are used. Okay. In a two winding transformer, there are this called a primary winding. Am I right? This is called a secondary winding. Am I right or not? This is called a primary winding. So this is called a secondary winding. This is called two winding transformer. Two winding transformer. Two winding transformer is having two windings and primary and secondary. So the power transformer only because of mutual induction in two winding transformer, but in auto transformer, both. Okay, that is called induction, inductive and conductive. The power transformer is only inductive in a two winding transformer, but in a auto transformer, both inductive and conductive. Okay, both this is the main important, both inductive and conductive. So both with power is transfer from primary to secondary. Okay, that's why the kVA rating of the transformer is very high when it is converted into the two winding transformer is converted into the auto transformer. The rating of the transformer is very high. Understood? So in this figure, single phase auto transformer with the number of turns are primary. NP is called number of turns in primary side, number of turns on primary side, and NS is called number of turns tapped from the primary in order to get lower voltages. So this is called step down transformer. So the number of turns are NP. This is called primary, more number of turns, but secondary terms are less. So this VB is called primary voltage and VS is called secondary voltage. So two winding action, two winding section with NS turns common to the both high voltage and low voltage winding of transformer. Okay, the winding section NS. So the winding section NS is both common to the both primary and secondary winding. This portion of the winding is common to the both primary as well as secondary. Okay, but not in two winding transformer, but only in auto transformer. So auto transformer is not at a variac. Okay, the tapping by changing the tapping positions, the output voltage can be changed by changing this tapping from year to year. Okay, by changing this for tappings like this, the output voltage, secondary voltage is changed. Okay, this is called primary voltage and it's called secondary voltage. So primary current and secondary current. So here, so let us assume V2 by V1 is equal to N2 by N1. That is equal to K. Okay, you have taken already, you know. So for example, this is equal to K. Okay. Then conducted power divided by input power is nothing but 1 minus K. Okay. Transfer power to the input power is nothing but K. So we already taken this notation. So V1 by V2 is equal. A is nothing but V1 by V2 is equal. N1 by N2 is equal. So is equal to A now. So that's why assume take notation is K. So that's why V2 by V1 is equal to N2 by N1 is equal. V2 by V1 is equal to N2 by N1 is equal to K. Then conducted power divided by input power is equal to 1 minus K. Transfer power by input power is equal to K. Okay. So you know by using this relation, so you will get how much of conducted power, how much of transferred power. It's clear, understood. So based on that, we will get the answers. So understood. So this is the advantages and the disadvantages of auto transformer. For the same volt ampere rating, an auto transformer requires less copper. So less amount of copper is required in auto transformer. For same volt ampere rating, auto transformer requires less amount of copper. Okay, a less iron, and hence low excitation current, low ohmic losses, less weight as compared to two winding transformer. Understood? So same volt ampere rating for if you are two winding transformer, same two winding transformer is converted into a single winding transformer, that is called auto transformer, that is called variac. Okay, so these are the different type of advantages. So it require less amount of copper, less iron, and is low excitation current, low ohmic losses, less weight as compared to two winding transformer. So these are the different type of advantages. Okay, for the same material used, an auto transformer as compared to two winding transformer gives higher output, higher efficiency, lower leakage impedance, and has better voltage regulation. These are the different type of advantages. Okay, when it is converted into a auto transformer, two winding transformer is converted into a auto transformer, same material used. Okay, for the same material used. So these are the different advantages. But some disadvantages also there. Those are, they are used for voltage ratios less than, they are used for voltage ratios less than 2. If the ratios differs far from unity, the economic advantages decreases. So, understood. They are used voltage ratios less than 2 only. So this is the, so voltage ratio must be less than 2. Okay. If the ratios differs far from unity, then economic advantages decreases. So, next, a failure of isolation of the winding of auto transformer can result full input voltage applied to the output. Okay. So in a transformer, so only one winding is taken from the one winding, we are taken as an output here. Only one winding. For failure of the isolation of the winding, if the isolation is failure on the transformer winding of an auto transformer can result in a full input voltage applied to the output. Okay, whatever the voltage up input side. So complete voltage output voltage appear across the output side. If any one of the insulation is failure, your insulation failure, complete input voltage is equal to the output voltage. Okay. So also break the part of the winding that is used in both primary and secondary winding will result in the transformer acting as an inductor in series with the load, which is under light load condition may result near the full input voltage being applied to the output. The short circuit current in auto transformer is more than that of the two winding transformer. These are the different about disadvantages. Okay. So this is the auto transformer. This transformer is available in a lab. Okay. So we are having one lab that is called BW lab is there. No? So on that lab, by using this, you are varying the voltage, output voltage. So from 0 to 0, 10, 20 to up to maximum 270 single phase. The rating of this transformer is called 2.3 kVA. 2.3 kVA, 10 amps single phase variac. Okay. So inside of the transformer, so one winding is there. By changing the positions of the winding, so these output terminals are increasing, decreasing. Okay, based on that, the output voltage is changing. That is called variac. By removing this, so we'll get the voltage, output voltage across this terminals is different. Okay, so this wire is called input voltages inside connected inside of the transformer, and then these two terminals are called output phase neutral. This is called phase and this is called neutral. By changing the variac, so we'll get an output from out. Okay, so like this. So the inside of this transformer is like this. This is called winding. So winding, this is called tapping. So by moving this, if you are rotating this tap, so this is also rotating, so from year to year. So like this clockwise direction is rotating. The voltage is increasing. Okay, this much first starting only this much of inductance. Yeah, this much of winding is considered, and then we are increasing this. The winding is more than output voltage is increases. Okay, for example, so this is called auto transformer in this. So like this, the inside of this transformer is connected like this, man. So auto transformer are variac. Okay. So these are the input terminals. Supply is connected in between A and C. Output is between E and C. Output is in between E and C. So supply in between A and C. Okay, phase neutral connected like this. and output phase neutral like this. So by changing this the position, so this much of winding is considered. If you are rotating like this manner, for example, if we are rotating this, so exactly this position, okay, that means this voltage is included. So this much of voltage is included. This much of this voltage is included between these two. Okay. So if you are rotating, so this tapping from here, so the whatever the voltage up here across this winding is nothing but output voltage. At the time of starting, only this much of voltage is included. Okay. At the time of starting, only this much of voltage is included. So by varying the positions of this tapping, this increasing. So okay, if you are connected here, this much of voltage included output. And then, so finally, so maximum voltage, the tapping is here, and E and C are, A and C are connected together. A point and E point is connected there. That means the A and E point, the A point and E point. So that means nothing but input voltage is equal to output voltage. So if E is nothing but variable. Okay, understood. Variable. So this color by changing the positions of this, so upward and downwards direction. Okay. So E is by changing the positions of the E, the output voltage is changed across this terminal between E and C. Okay, E and C output voltage terminal voltages are changing from E and C. Understood. So in this way we are changing by changing the positions of the tappings on secondary side. So we will get the output. So only single winding used. Okay. So only one winding, single core, only one winding placed on the transformer. By changing the positions of the secondary side, so we will get the output voltage is different. Understood? So this is called circuit diagram, schematic representation of auto transformer. So like this. Okay. Inside of the transformer is like this. Understood? So inside of this transformer, auto transformer, so like this. Inside is a winding, same as this. This winding is called this winding. Okay. Winding of the transformer. By change this tapping is nothing but E. This position is called E. So let's same like this. This is nothing but here. This. Okay. This tapping. So by changing the by moving this one position to another position, okay, and then clockwise and anti-clockwise, so we'll get the output different. Okay, that's called it's called variac. Okay, auto transformer or variac. This is also called as auto transformer or variac. Okay. So this input voltage V1. Okay, and output voltage across the load is V2, and V1, I1. These are notations for input side. I2, V2 are two notations for output side. Okay, V1 is called input voltage. Output voltage required across the load V2 and rated current to be supplied at I2. Okay, current rated conditions I1. Okay, so KVA handled by the both type of transformer. So V1 I1 is equal to V2 I2. Primary and secondary side, both types of transformer. KVA to be handled by the both transformer. V1 I1 is equal to V2 I2. Okay, and two winding transformer. The above situation is pictorially shown. Two winding transformers for two winding transformer. This is for two winding transformer. And for auto transformer is different. The time for the two winding transformer, the primary number of turns N1, secondary number of turns N2. For auto transformer, primary number of turns are N1, A and C. In between A and C, primary number of turns are N1. Okay, for auto transformer, and number of turns between E and C. E and C, the number of turns between E and C is called N2. Okay, therefore number of turns in between A and E. So A and E is nothing but N1 minus N2. Total number of turns are called N1, and the number of turns are N2. So by subtracting the total turns and from this, so we'll get these terms of A and E. Okay. So this is called two winding transformer, and this is called auto transformer. When it is converted into Two winding transformer is converted into auto transformer. Okay. Two winding transformer is and auto transformer for same rating. It is converted into the auto transformer. So we'll get this type of results. Okay. For the two winding transformer, the MMF balance equation is nothing but N1 by I1 is equal to N2 I2. Here N1 I1 is equal to N1 I1. MMF is nothing but N1 I1. N1 I1 is equal to N2 I2. Okay. For auto transformer, MMF balance equation is equal to N1 minus N2. The number of turns in this winding is called N1 minus N2 into I1. How many number of turns here? Total number of turns between A and C is called N1, and the number of turns in E and C called N2. The number of turns here N1 minus N2. So N1 minus N2 into I1 is equal to N2 minus N2 into. So what is the current here? I2 minus I1. So that's why N1 minus N2 into I1 is equal to N2 minus I1. N2 into I2 minus. So similarly, N1 I1 is equal to N2 I2. Okay, this is called MMF balance equation, the transformer. So the volume of copper in auto transformer is proportional to length of the wire. Volume of copper is proportional to the length of the wire. That is depending upon number of turns. The number of turns are more, length of the wire is also more. Am I right? The length of the wire, the number of turns are depending on length of the wire. Number of turns are more, length of the wire is more. Okay, so it's depending on length now. That's why N is proportional to length of the wire and the current cross section area of the copper wire. So that is proportional to the current. Okay, cross sectional area of the copper wire. The cross sectional area of the copper is high, then resistance is less, then current is more. So current handling is more. Okay, the current handling depending on cross sectional area of the copper wire. Current handling is depending on cross sectional area of the copper wire. Cross sectional area of the copper wire is increases, current handling is more. Am I right? The cross sectional area of the copper wire is more, then current handling is more, the resistance is less. Okay, the amount of copper is required in auto transformer by amount of copper required in two winding transformer. Okay, that is nothing but N1 minus N2 into I1. The primary side N1 minus N2. So here N1 minus N2 into I1, and here I2 minus I1 into N2. Okay, I2 minus I1 into N2 by amount of copper is required two winding transformer, that much primary and secondary. Primary side N1 I1, number of turns in N1 here I1, and the number of turns N2 here I2. Okay, it's proportional to the length of the wire and cross sectional area. That is means number of turns and current. So based on that, we will get this N1 I1 plus N2 I2. Okay, so N1 I1 is equal to N2 I2. By substituting this, we will get N1 minus N2 by N1. Okay, that is called 1 minus 1 by A. Okay, A is called turns ratio N1 by N2. Okay, this is about auto transformer. So all of you observe three-phase auto transformer connections. These are the three windings, A1, A2, A3. The tappings are connected here, A1 and E2 and A3. The output voltage is changing by changing the positions of the tappings and the phases. Okay, by changing the positions of the tappings, same way. Okay, how much of increase in E1, same amount of increase in E2 and same amount of increase in E3. Then only we will get the balanced output voltage. Okay, if you are increasing the E1 more number of turns and E2 is lesser, so output is in balance. Okay, output is in balance. So same number of turns are increasing or decreasing. Okay, then only we will get a balanced output. Okay, this is called a three-phase auto transformer connection. Okay, so this is about auto transformer.